This is the UK retail unboxing and quick look at the black-white version of the Google Pixel 2 XL. And I'm Super Tech Dad. What kind of name is that? Sounded good for a dad of two.
Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to do the unboxing of the full retail version of the Google Pixel 2 XL. Just looking at the box itself, very simple box, nothing too extravagant on here. What I've got here today is the black-white version, or otherwise known as the Panda, or the Penguin, whatever you want to call it, because of the bold orange power button. So that's what I've got here today to go through. So as you can see from the box, it's just got a simple picture of it. Around the side, it's got the side profile of the phone, again showing the orange button, which is probably one of the stand-up features of this colour version. Around the back, hashtag Team Pixel, very bold, not a lot more to it. I haven't actually followed this on Twitter just to see what it's all about, but I might just do that a bit later on. And then along the side, what you've got is mention that Google Assistant is built in, and then you've got this icon, looks like a camera. I'm presuming it is the Google Lens, the indication that we've got Google Lens also within this. Although I must say, I have seen unboxing across the pond in the US where it has mentioned Google Lens as well, whereas the wording is not present in this box. So what I'm going to do is go right ahead and open it, see what we've got in the box. So, got the box open, let's have a look. So within there you've got the phone, which we'll have a look at in a second. Let's see what we've got within the box itself. Let's have a look. It says, yay, welcome to hashtag Team Pixel. Let's see what's in that box. Alright, so what you've got there is a Let's Get Started guide. We'll take a look through that. Got a Be Safe guide, which is essentially pixel care. And then what we've got within the box is a USB-C to full-size USB connector. And underneath there, you've got, because there's no headphone jack, there's no 3.5mm headphone jack, you've got the USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack connector. So if I want to use my headphones, I'll have to keep this little thing in my pocket. Might need to start using my Bluetooth headphones instead. Right, and then you've got the, I guess for the charger, you've got the USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable, and the charger is in here. Okay, so let's just unwrap it. Right, just to one side. Right, so let's have a look at this. Fantastic. Okay, so ready. I can feel the cold metal. It's definitely metal, definitely aluminium. It has got a white plastic coating, split by the black glass colorway here. A nice border outline, and then you've got your full glass front there with the dual speakers on the top and bottom. Really feels good in the hand. It's a bit slippy, but it feels solid. Not going to try and bend it too much, otherwise it looks really good. It looks better in person than I thought. I thought it looked a bit plasticky. Having looked at the pictures, I was a little bit concerned about if it looked more like a toy. However, feeling it in the hand, it feels pretty solid. You can see the orange button there, which is what I was really looking forward to, and I have to say it actually looks pretty good. I do wish they'd perhaps put a few more colours in, or perhaps made the volume rocker also orange, or something that complements it. Otherwise, really impressed with the phone.
Sporting a 6-inch POLED Quad HD Plus display and the on vogue screen ratio of 18:9, powered by the latest Snapdragon 835 processor and 4GB of RAM, this phone has all the hallmarks of a typical 2017 flagship. Whilst the design may not win any awards, you have to hand it to Google for daring to try something a little different in a marketplace crowded with samey looking glass phones, even if it does lack the finesse of the iPhone X or the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. I must admit, it was the orange power button that drew me to wanting this phone, and having played with it for a few hours, I don't regret it yet. You can't really call this a truly bezel-less design, as it has space for the dual speakers up front, but it is a lot slimmer than the smaller Pixel 2, so it doesn't look so out of place amongst the current crop of 2017 flagship phones. The speakers to me sounded loud, better than my S8 Plus in fact, but not by much. So let's talk a little about the screen. Yes, I noticed some blue shifting. Am I bothered by it? In a word, no. And my daily driver currently is a Galaxy S8 Plus, and it hasn't caused me any bother. Do I notice the graininess in low light? No. And what of the issue of colour saturation? Well, having installed the November security patch and update, that is no longer an issue, as a new saturator mode takes care of that for those of us who like to ogle our eye-searing reds and Teletubby land greens. Check out my separate video on the colour screen issues that have plagued this phone of late, where I go into a little bit more detail. Despite the phone having a rocky start with these issues, which, let's be honest, is not what you would expect from a flagship phone from the likes of Google, I find the phone to be uber snappy and can easily meet my not so heavy demands of browsing, YouTubing and WhatsApping on the phone. Android 8.0 Oreo is fluid and adds some welcome touches over Nougat, but I have yet to play around with it before I can really talk about it. The other feature I really like is the squeeze function to enable the Google Assistant. I know some people thought of it as a bit of a gimmick, but I actually quite like it. Suffice to say, I like the phone. It's snappy, the camera for me is just wow, which having been a wedding photographer before, I can appreciate the DSLR mimicking bokeh from the magical portrait modes. If you're thinking about this phone, I suggest you head over to a Verizon store if you're in the US, or if you're here in the UK, to your local EE or Carphone warehouse to have a play. Take a selfie and make your own mind up. For now, this is Super Tech Dad signing out.